So I started off this small project where I always wind up thinking that my projects are gonna be like pretty small, but this one was yeah, it's been taking a while. I'm already like at day 15 and stuff, and I'm still going strong on it. I got most of everything cleared off. I just don't know exactly when I will have the grass planted, and once I have the grass planted, I should have a better idea when it's going to start growing, and hopefully I'll have a nice grassy area by the end of summer, or the start of a nice grassy area by this summer, and by the next summer next year I should have like a really nice area around the house. So my plan was to come in, break down some stuff, and get it all planted out. And so far, so good. So what the next thing you're gonna be seeing is you're gonna be seeing an entire time lapse of my entire work and all of the work that I've been doing to get it done. All you need is a shovel. You need some time. You need some grit. You definitely need, especially like a person like me. I have kids. I have a full-time job. I have a wife. After work, after doing my 8-hour shift, I'll come home and then I'll hit the shovel. No excuses, no nothing. Definitely, if you have like a bigger bank account than mine, you might get bigger tools. But if you're on a limited budget, you start out with a shovel, and that's what I tell people. Like, what are you doing after work? I'm like, I'm hitting the shovel, and it sounds kind of funny and stuff, but that's basically what I do. I hit the shovel after work every single day for a couple hours, nonstop. So that's my day one. I'm gonna start out by taking out all those blocks. There's blocks, there's rocks, there's all kind of stuff in between there, and there's some really annoying concrete that's starting to be a pain. But for the most part, I'm gonna start digging out this one section, and so far, it's a little bit more dirt than I expected. So I think that's it for today. It's a nice pile. Got a ton more. Like all that, ton more. Yeah, so I cleared out this one section. But I gotta break the concrete and dig out the rest of that rock. I gotta break this concrete, take out this, take all this brick, all that rock that I already took out of here. I just piled it up there. Right there, all of that, all of this. All right, another beautiful day in paradise, and I'm over here using my shovel, digging out all these rocks. I'm gonna keep the rocks, the concrete I'm gonna throw away, but the dirt is starting to pile up, so I need to find a way to repurpose. Just getting sunnier, but all that. At one time, that was a little pond, and I had a waterfall there, but I tore out the liner. The most difficult part of this portion of it was smashing it with the actual sledgehammer and ripping out the actual concrete. Got it out. I just got to pick up all that concrete. So instead of actually taking wheelbarrows and taking them across the yard, because I have other projects that I need dirt, and this dirt is all going to get repurposed into other different portions of the actual yard. I just wanted this to be flat, but instead of taking a lot of wheelbarrows across the yard, all this dirt is just going to get backfilled into that small pond. So today I'm getting to the point where I'm backfilling the pond. I'm going to fill it all back up. There's not going to be a pond there when I get done with this, and it's just going to be grass. The rocks keep piling up. It's back-breaking work, but I'm going to finish soon, and I'll be able to like replant some more baby grass and, you know, make it look like a really nice yard. So I'm at it again, just backfilling up. I'm packing it in. I'm packing in the dirt. I'm trying to keep it as flush as possible with that section of the actual grass. But I think I'm going to overlay it just a little bit all the way around. And there's some divots that I'm going to actually cover. And I might have to redo like a big portion of my actual grassy area. A little bit more than I expected, actually. So at this point in time, I would think that I would be at least very close to the middle section. And I'm fairly close, but like ripping out roots and coming back at it again, day after day. And it's just adding up. I'm getting closer to the midsection where I want to be at, but most definitely, I got a ton of rocks. They keep coming in. Some of them are like multi-level, so I'll hit them with the shovel, and I'll find them. Once I find them, it takes me a little second to carve out that one section, or I have roots. I'm getting really close to the middle section. There's a giant tree right there. I think that one's gonna give me the most problems as far as the actual tree itself. I'm gonna have to like take it out, pull out the roots, rip it off into a couple pieces, and I'm loving the way the sun comes out. It's really lovely days, but I do spend the afternoons most of the time digging it up. The yard is coming along really well. I was really happy to see the actual results once I'm getting closer to the actual front of it. But it is a lot of work. I'm putting a lot of hours into the actual yard, and hopefully it's paying off. At this point, I'm not even using the actual wheelbarrow to take the actual dirt anywhere else. I'm just kind of stacking it right there where it's at, because I really want to get done with this tree, but I can't get down to the actual roots. Uh, I'm thinking I'm going to get a ratchet strap or something like that to try to rip it off, but it is really heavy. My friend said he's gonna come on over and give me a hand with that, as far as pulling it out, and he did a really good job. He came through. Yo, so that's me trying to set this on fire yesterday. Didn't work. So now I gotta break out this stump into actual manageable pieces. I've been doing that with the actual axe, my Corona. If you don't know what a Corona is, that's that cutter. It looks like a giant scissors, but it cuts down really thick pieces of branches. I have a smaller axe that I'm using. It is pretty helpful, but that tree is no longer. It's already small pieces. Now this next portion of it, I have an actual grounding rod, because I did have power back over here, and this grounding rod, I didn't know that they go in so deep. It's about like maybe 6 feet long, and it was one of the hardest parts to get out of there, on top of a tree. And you see that pole, it's definitely not a stripper pole. It's actually just a birdhouse on the top of it. There's a birdhouse, so I'm gonna dig up that pole. Most likely I'll get rid of the concrete today, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna get to the concrete itself. I might get to the actual power line, but now that I got rid of the birdhouse, I can start digging out the actual piece of concrete. I'll get to the concrete and I'll smash it with the actual sledgehammer. It's another day, but I'm at the gate. That's my gate right there, and I'm really close to it. So once I hit that corner wall, at one point, since this was like 4 foot to 6 foot high, the fence was a lot different than it is right now. So I gotta redesign the actual fence and start looking at fence options, because this fence is no longer gonna be what it was designed to be there for. And a shorter little picket fence, I'm actually gonna need a bigger fence. So I'm gonna start looking into options of what's out there, because I'm gonna redo the entire fence once I bring this down and start planting the grass itself. And it's just a matter of getting all the way down to the actual ground floor and leveling it out. But it's looking awesome. I'm leveling it out. I don't know if I want to take out the fence, because I just don't like it looking bare with nothing in the background. But I'm really leaning into actually taking out the fence until I finish fixing what I gotta fix. Because wow, I can't believe I got to this point. At this point, I'm really just putting everything back together, making the final
adjustments. I really want to lay some grass down. I don't have that much to dig, is just getting it nice and perfect and leveled out. So today I spent almost all day. The only reason I came back inside the house because it was getting dark. And that's how it is most days. I'm back at it again. Day 15, I got some help from one of my friends. He came over. Shout out to the homie Honecker for being freaking awesome. Came over, and it was just for a little while, but this whole time I've been doing it by myself, and it really helps out when like you got one of your homies like coming out and just giving your hand. So appreciate it. And so this part is done. I'm pretty sure that's kind of done. I just kind of need to even this section right there. So I'll be able to play with the kids from here to there once the whole thing is full of grass. All right, so this is what I use. It's a grass seed Pacific Northwest mix. I'm gonna use this guy. I use it for fertilizer. And then you spin it, set it what mode you want. And I'm gonna go for 3.